Well, I wanted to thank you guys all for
Thank
joining
you.
us and coming to our show programs. This is going to be one of our last ones. Next week will be our last show program. And just a reminder, these are students from ASU. They're in the Student Health and Outreach and Wellness program. And they're here to basically teach us about the outdoors and kind of connect us back with nature, even though we've been socially isolated for a year. So I am going to allow them to take it over, and they're going to do the show your adventure session this week. And if you guys need any closed captioning, you can go up to the live, up to the top left where it says live and that red square and hit there, and you will be able to stream those CC, those closed captioning notes if you need it. And of course, this is recorded and will be on our YouTube for you guys to see at a later date. But go ahead, Adrian, Muhammad, Jess, and Priscilla, take it away.
Alrighty, guys. How y'all doing? Thank you for coming. Happy Monday.
Happy
We're so happy
Easter.
to have you here. Oh, happy Easter. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Good Easter, spend time with your family and everything. But like they were saying, we're actually coming down to our last couple of programs. So next Monday the 12th, that'll be the last program we have for you guys. So we're gonna make it fun and make it exciting just so we can go out with a bang, as you know. All right. But today we're gonna do a show your adventure. So so sorry. Awkward. But today we're gonna go through a series of pictures and images and some videos and kind of see if that brings up memories of things that you've done in the past or stuff that's similar to that. You're gonna kind of bring your own stories and kind of tell us about them. We want to hear adventures that you guys have been on. So if Mohammed, you can click to the next slide, please. All right, so we're gonna kind of go around the Zoom call and ask everybody. So we're all gonna be taking turns today. We're all gonna say what is our favorite adventure to go on. So I'll start off. My favorite adventure to go on that I have ever been on, I did a road trip from Portland, Oregon, all the way up to Seattle. So we went across the state. It was so beautiful. We stopped. It was me and my closest friends. We stopped at on the sides of the highway to look at waterfalls that were just roaring down. It started raining on us. We got to see these beautiful sights like the Space Needle, this big building with a pointy top, glass buildings everywhere with just beautiful skies, loud city. It was just an amazing experience that I would love to do again. Mohammed, what is your favorite adventure to go on?
So personally, my favorite adventure was back 2 years ago. I went to Niagara Falls up north. My best friend lives in Buffalo, New York, which is a city that basically borders Canada. And if have you ever been to Niagara Falls? It's basically between both Canada and America. And there's a side where you can see it from the American side, and there's another on the other side you can see it from the Canadian side. And basically, me and my best friend went there. It's super, super, super green. The falls are absolutely beautiful. The sound, it's so relaxing. We even had a zip line there to see everything from above. It was such an amazing adventure, and it was also a reunion between me and my friends. So that was definitely my best adventure.
Thank you for sharing. Caitlin.
Ooh, on the spot. I would say I've had quite a couple interesting adventures, but probably the most recent interesting adventure, before my boyfriend was deployed, we did a bunch of Arizona trips just to see the beautiful state of Arizona. And Page, Arizona is beautiful. So we got to do Antelope Canyon and those beautiful reddish orange sandy dunes and whatnot. It was amazing. It was very hot once you got inside the cave, but it's a structure that I've never seen before. And I feel like pictures just don't do it justice. So it was beautiful. And then you have the lakes surrounding it, Horseshoe Bend, not too far from there either. So Page, Arizona was gorgeous. I'll popcorn it to Priscilla.
So my favorite adventure I recently went on was horseback riding. It was something that I had been wanting to do for a while, and then I finally got to go. It was really fun. I got to learn more about. It was near Sedona, so around like the outdoors and like what's around there, how long that's been there. It was lots and lots of horses. I got to go with my parents and my brother and my sister, so that was fun. And then it's something that I want to keep doing just because I had so much fun and it was a good time to talk to my family. And I will popcorn it to Tim.
My favorite adventure is anything where you can go outside and I can like take tons of photos. I just love like the river trips I went on at Daring Adventures. I think on a 5-day river trip, I shot like 4,000 photos with my camera. Because I probably had one of those, they had rechargers on their boats, so I could just keep charging my batteries, which was really cool. So that was fun. And I'll send it to Sarah Linvey.
My favorite adventure to go on is always going. Well, I actually think my favorite adventure was the Imperial Sand Dunes in California, and getting to actually go sandboarding last spring was probably by far my favorite adventures to go on. I've never been snowboarding before, and I've never like really gone downhill on a longboard or a skateboard, but the sand was by far like a lot less intimidating than pavement and concrete was. So I felt a lot more confident to actually be able to try it without the fear of falling. So I wouldn't say that's probably my favorite adventure. And I'm gonna go to Sammy.
Yeah.
What is your favorite adventure that you've ever been on?
I love Big Towers and LA.
Ooh, LA.
Yeah. I meet Big Towers in
You guys
LA studio.
Ooh, how was that, Sammy? You went to go meet Big Time Rush?
Yes.
Such an amazing band, let me tell you.
And I meet Logan and Kendall and cute.
Yeah.
And cute. 4 boys. Cute. And Seattle.
Seattle? You went to Seattle?
Yeah. I Carly.
Ooh, to see iCarly?
Yes.
Ooh, wow, I'm jealous, Sammy.
And
Alrighty,
then
now you have to popcorn it to someone else.
I have a good idea.
What's up?
Dave and me are hanging on has she steer on us and flew a rabbit
Wow.
and this one.
Oh, when you were swimming through the rapids.
Yes. And I was Spot GoPro, my mom, me, and week I was quiet, fashion diva, like Connie, and I me and keep on laughing at me. And here's my mom.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Is that when she went on it too? So that was your favorite adventure that you went on?
Yeah. And mom and me. And I don't know that girl is like in the middle.
Oh, that was Linda.
Linda, yes.
You guys were the Charlie's Angels, I think, in that picture.
Yeah. And mommy, me, we go to a little Colorado River.
The little Colorado River, yeah.
Yeah, and splash
It was a blast.
together.
That's awesome. Sammy, can you pick someone else who hasn't gone yet?
I think Jeff, Jerry, big Jerry,
Okay.
sweet Jerry.
I'm going to show you a picture of one of my favorite things. Oh, wait. This was the Grand Canyon as well. And I think Sammy may have been on that trip. And I don't know about Nora, but this is down the Colorado. This place is called the Red Cavern. There's a lot of fossils and so forth. And we stopped here for a picnic lunch. And this trip, it was 11 days. We spent 10 nights down on the river.
Yep, Sammy went on that trip.
I
And,
do.
yeah, it's a fantastic trip. And when you're down there, we start at Lee's Ferry, and it's 226 miles all the way down to
I would tell you what's about.
Simon Creek. Remember
Tell
that,
you,
Tim?
tell you what's about.
Yeah.
Tell
And
you what's about. It's my favorite.
Tim has been on this trip, as well as Nora's been on this trip many times. But that's my favorite. So I'm going to now send it to Sarah Hostetler.
That's me. Well, I'm gonna share that my favorite adventure is, and I'm sure pretty much people know about it, is going camping at the Grand Canyon. So, and you know what I like about it is that you're just out in the wilderness and it's just real peaceful.
All righty, and then I think our last, do we have one more person that needs to go, or who else needs to go?
Nora.
Nora. Well, my favorite activity is two activities. Well, three. One is I have gone kayaking, and I have yet to find my pictures, on my bookshelf. Anyway, pictures of me in the kayak with my hat on, and then there's a picture of me on the river, going down the Colorado River with a tree. I have pictures in my mind with Taya, and it's my last Grand Canyon trip. And then it was so much fun, and it was so cold. I mean, it was so chilly one day, and then it was so warm. And the next 2 days after that, we went down to Little Colorado River, where we made like a human train, and it was so much fun. And my favorite activity was when I went caving, and there's a picture of me in the cave, and I look like I'm something inside of a sandwich. And I had somebody take a picture of me when I was crawling in the cave. And I forgot which one it was here in Arizona, either Pepper Sauce or Scout Cave or something like that. And it was fun. So I have to find my pictures. Like, they're all on the bookshelf, and I have trouble finding them. So,
Alrighty, well, thank you everyone for sharing.
you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So now we're gonna get started with the first little one we have, and we're gonna share some pictures. These are some pictures from daring adventures and the adventures you guys had went on.
There's Nora.
So
Yeah.
do you Nora, do
Which
you
one? Who should?
so
What?
Jerry and Sarah, where was this picture taking at?
This was actually doing can you see it, Nora, the picture?
Let me see. All I see is Sammy here.
Yeah, so
Um,
we were taking,
I see a picture.
yeah, this was up by, Caitlin was talking about it. We were on our way to Horseshoe, or Glen Canyon Dam,
Horseshoe Bend.
and
Yeah.
Horseshoe Bend is where we camped at for 2 nights. This was,
That's right.
it's a back haul from Lee
And that's where I
Springs
was now.
up to Glen Canyon Dam, and then we kayak back for 2 days.
And I paddled for almost, that's right, I paddled almost a mile and a little more than 8 miles by myself.
Yeah.
And I had fun. Wow.
And the gal that's in the wheelchair, her name is Diane, and
Hello,
she's
Diane.
Daring Adventures, and she actually started the sled hockey program, which is still going to this day. It's the Coyote sled hockey team. And we just took Western Nationals like 2 years ago, so it's pretty cool.
All right, that's actually really cool. You know, I have to kind of check these out. Here are a couple more pictures from provided by Sarah.
Yeah, so this is actually a picture of, I think we were actually supposed to go cross country skiing that day, but there was not enough snow at the Nordic Center, but we didn't want to cancel the day because we still wanted to see some of the snow. So we went snow searching on a Daring Adventures with a bunch of participants. And we went up to Sunset Crater National Monument, and we got to see that. We got to see Wacapaki
or
Wapaki National Monument as well. But we finally found snow, and we had like a little snowball fight and made some snow angels. And this is kind of like one of my favorite pictures from that little excursion that we went on.
Fun.
Very cold.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the ed scenario. So Mohammed, if you stop presenting the slides and then present again from the top, it'll have the order and everything. We were adjusting, trying to get the pictures organized, and we mixed them up a little bit. Our mistake. But here we go.
Okay, so what are we supposed to be doing with these videos and these pictures?
So actually, this is one of the last ones. The first one should be camping. So, oh, we got a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Mohammed, you're gonna have to stop sharing your screen real quick and probably refresh your page real quick. So just push F5.
Refresh the browser where the slides are at. But the very first one we're gonna do, guys, is camping. So, what do you guys know about camping? What do you guys remember about camping, especially here with Daring Adventures? What were some of your favorite things you guys did? Sammy.
Yeah.
Where are some places that you have camped?
With the Great Canyon, my mom saved the tent, and I love marshmallows and campfire.
Ooh, you roasted marshmallows by the campfire in the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Did you have fun?
Yep, I'm teasing my dad.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. All right, Nora.
Okay. Well,
where's
my
your favorite
fun.
place you've been camping?
You what?
Where's your favorite place?
Yeah, I went.
Oh, so sorry.
One of our favorite places for regular camping is one of them at Watson Lake, and the other's at the what's the other lake? Lynch Lake, and I enjoy eating outdoors and campfire and talent show and kayaking and all these nice things for camping. And crawdadding, which is fun, And one time we hiked to the rim, and that was fun.
That sounds like a lot of
That
fun.
was best. 2016 and 17, we went to overnight camp out and kayaking. That was fun.
Ooh, okay, all right. Next is gonna be Sarah H.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, tell us a little bit about camping.
Well, you know what? I just love, especially up at the Grand Canyon, sleeping under the stars. The stars are so beautiful up there.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Whenever you go camping, do you always try to go like hiking or like adventuring while you're down there at the Grand Canyon as well?
Yeah. Well, I've been on Brittle Path Trail up at North Rim. That was fun.
You always have your emergency backpack. I know you kept telling us about it the last couple of sessions we were here. You have like your.
Well, yeah. Of course, I've always got a little something with me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's your on-the-go bag. All right. We have videos now. Beautiful. All right. So this is going to show you how to build a shelter in under 3 minutes. So we're going to let the video play, and then as it's going, we'll describe it as well. All right, Mohammed, go ahead. Here we go. Let's see how to build a shelter under 3 minutes, guys. Oh, Mohammed, can you unmute yourself so we can hear the video? Please. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna talk over it because audio is not working, but it's fine. So we have this nice tall man, and right now he has laid out on the floor. He has a tarp and a piece of wood. Oh, there you go. He's talking now.
I go to the bottom of 2 of the poles here that can stick it into the ground. Okay, because it's nice soft ground. Okay, I can just jam that in there. I'm going to do the same with the other one. We're going to make a cross motion over here. So that sticks in there. It's going to stick just like this. Okay.
All right. So he took 2 large poles and stuck them into the soft ground diagonally. So then there's making a small net. And then he takes his 3rd pole, does it just on the opposite side of them, so they're perpendicular, to make a triangle.
Like a teepee.
He's using an emergency blanket as well, but he personally has a tarp, and he's tying those 3 strings together with twine. Those three poles. Now he's taking his tarp or your emergency blanket, opening it up big and wide, and he's gonna take it and wrap it around the poles. Because the goal for your shelter is to keep you dry, and then the campfire keep you warm. So he tied it up at the top and is now gonna wrap it around. He's gonna take some pegs and stick them at the bottom so it's nice and tight. Then no water can get in your shelter. He's doing that around the 3 sides of this pyramid.
Wow.
Now he has 1 opening, so then he can kind of just sit and relax, keep dry, and then once the night hits, he can close it up and stay completely dry and safe inside his tent.
Throw it up in the side. And you've got a very quick shelter. Happy?
There's our quick shelter. Fun, right?
Awesome.
All right. So does anyone have any questions about what they saw and heard in that video? I can kind of impersonate him again. I have my materials here. I got my crutches. I have 2 crutches, but we can imagine a 3rd if you'd like.
Yeah, you gotta improvise.
You gotta improvise. So he was saying that you would find 3 large poles or sticks and then stick them in the soft ground. So then you can stick them up like X's on all three sides, like a pyramid. And then you take your emergency blanket or a tarp and wrap it around two sides. So you only have one opening. So then your two sides are protected. And you nail them or nail them into the
Tie 'em
ground.
off.
You tie them off. Precisely.
If you had a big enough tarp, you could just stick two in the tarp sideways and make one look like a tent too, if you wanted to.
See, look at him could teach us.
So
That shows how much.
after seeing that video, can you guys tell me about shelters that you guys have made during camping trips, or like your funniest tent story that you've ever had that trying to either put up a tent, keep your tent from blowing away or getting rained down on? Tell me some of your funny tent stories.
My mom rescued the tent in the wind, and my best friend name is Trish Lee Smith. I got her last name. He heard it snowing out loud.
Wakes everybody up.
And yeah, that's why it's not I don't know, the wild animal.
Wild animal? Ooh.
I didn't know. Mom told me about it. No.
We've all been there. Personally, for me, I didn't know how to set up a tent. The first time I went camping.
My dad can't know the tent is.
No, but the first time I went camping, the tent collapsed on me while I was asleep. In my defense, I had no idea what I was doing. They said, just put it up, you'll be fine. I was not fine. One of the poles just came out from the ground, and I woke up with the tent on me, but it was fine. We got it back up, and then it stayed up for the whole weekend, so it's fine. Does anyone else have a tent story?
I have one.
Go ahead, Tim.
When I first, sort of a funny story, but it's like when I first started out Daring Adventures, I don't know if it wasn't a superstition that we're using original Daring Adventures tents. And I remember being in like hailstorms, and even with the rain flies coming in, the rain's coming right through the rain flies. And it was like the most fun trip I could say in a way, but even with the rain flies, you're soaked the next morning. So that's like one of the most interesting trips.
I think one of my favorite tent stories is that I learned that the rain fly is very important, and so is taking down all of your tents, because monsoons can rip through your campground at any moment, taking your tents and flying them down the hill. And if you don't stake them down and have the rain flies on properly, you're going to have a lot of drying clothes to do and a lot of tents that you have to find.
I always stake down my tent now very well.
Dang. Sheesh. I'm no camping expert, so I have to take people who know what to do when I go. I'm an amateur, if you will. But next one, Mohammed, if you could share your screen again. Go ahead, Nora.
I got
Tell us
one.
a little about camping.
Yeah, about camping, I had a great time camping. And one time in the Grand Canyon, I learned two things. I learned how to, I was helping out putting up a tent, and it was so much fun. And I enjoyed doing that for the first time. And I learned how to put the bed together in the Grand Canyon. And the next thing I learned, one other time when I went to camping, the regular overnight camping, the flies was great. The the rainflies, but then it still dripped into my tent back in 2017, and it was really, that's the way it normally was. But it's a good thing I didn't get wet, but somebody kind of gotten wet a little bit on their sleeping bag, I think, if I can remember. But it was fun. I didn't put up a tent there, but I did put a nice tent in the Grand Canyon. He showed me how to do it, and that was so much fun doing it. Funny too.
I bet. Dang. Pitching a tent is fun. Especially when you don't know what to do, because
Yeah,
then
it was.
you know what to expect. But
When you get a new tent.
That's right.
oh yeah, when you get a new tent. Sheesh. It's always an adventure. Anything you do.
Yep.
But the next one is visiting Havasupai. Has anyone ever been to Havasupai?
3 times.
Not yet.
This is where my favorite adventure story comes in, guys. I didn't get to say mine, but it's because I knew we were doing it for this one. So I was gonna save it for this one. This is my all-time favorite adventure because you have tons of hiking you have to do, tons of stuff. Like you have to go 10 miles from the top of the Grand Canyon where you park. You have to go a mile down the canyon, then you do like 8 miles down the canyon floor, and then you do a whole nother mile from the little town of Havasupai to Lake Havasupai, where like this first picture is. So the water here is super blue. Have you seen you've seen the water before, Tim, right?
Yeah. I think
What'd
it's
you
12
think of the
miles
water?
in. It's killer blue. I have some nice photos. I think it's 12 miles in, 12 miles out.
And to come up out of the Grand Canyon, you have to do these switchbacks that are like this, and it is tough.
I know. Going in is easier than coming out because I wanted to take a helicopter going out.
Did you take a helicopter or did you walk out?
I walked out. I actually had to help a friend who had food poisoning one year, and that was like a trek for him.
Oh.
He had some bad fry bread or something.
Okay, one more question.
No fun. No fun.
How much water
Has anybody else been to Lake Havasupai?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, it's pretty, Sam. You're gonna have to put this one in your bucket list. All right.
Oh well.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're gonna watch this short little video, and it shows all about it. So Tim knows what I'm talking about, but we're gonna show you guys some of these beautiful waterfalls.
Have you ever climbed Mooney?
Okay, and one more thing.
You just
Okay,
finished.
I'm going
You're going to share that.
Because of my teeth, and I have to take.
Can you guys hear the
video? I was 30 tomorrow morning for my 12:30.
All right, so I think it's just music, so we'll just talk about it. So we've got a bunch of hikers. So where they're hiking right now is on the bottom, and they're walking towards where the lake is gonna be. So the bottom is pretty simple. It's just like walking. It's pretty nice trail. They've got ups and downs. They've kind of carved out the trail for you. You're going in between the different canyon parts of the mile or of the canyon. Super pretty. And then you get to this little town called Havasu is the name of the town, or Supai Village. There you go.
Wow.
And it's this little town of the native tribe, the Havasupai. And then from there, you go the last mile and you get to this beautiful water where there's tons of waterfalls. The water is super blue. It's part of the Colorado River. It's like a little shoot off of the Colorado River. And then you can climb rocks and you can go even farther in to see more waterfalls. They've got waterfalls everywhere. They've got like triple sets of waterfalls where it's a waterfall that falls into another waterfall, into another waterfall. And then you can swim in the water. It's kind of cold most of the year, but it's worth it because it's beautiful. And then there's more hiking you can do. Once you get to your hiking grounds, there's lots of greenery, lots of little waterfalls. You can spend days here, and there's caves. There's also caves.
Oh, it have bats there.
Yeah, they've got. And then there's a cave. You go through the cave to get to this giant waterfall.
Mm.
And then there's a lot of protected area because it's also Native American land still. So a lot of it's still super protected, and there's a lot of different rules you have to follow. But the wind from these waterfalls is crazy. There's the falling water makes such this wind that if you have long hair, your hair is like blowing behind you. If you don't have long hair, your hair's still blowing behind you. Super pretty. And then at nighttime, they have beautiful sunsets with the blue water.
Oh.
Oh,
What'd you guys think? Oh, where'd I go? Oh, I didn't even go there.
I love it.
It's perfect.
I don't want that either. I don't want that. I don't know, guys, what I'm doing. Hold on. It's been a long time since I screenshot things. So what do you guys think?
I liked it.
That's perfect idea.
Is that going on your bucket list?
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen.
Grand Canyon.
Go through Harley or find some.
Has
So
anyone
what
ever-
would you need to take on this trip? We saw there's gonna be backpacking, there's camping, there's waterfalls. What would you need to take with you on this trip to make
Oh,
it?
okay. I'll just come over and buy food.
I take my mom.
Take your mom?
Yes.
She help you out with things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're
Would you take a tent or sticks and a tarp from the last one we did?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Tim, did you take that picture? Oh, I don't know where he went, but he shared a file in the chat, and that is an amazing photo. Oh my goodness.
Oof.
Beautiful picture.
It's perfect.
So this, guys, this is it's where the Grand Canyon is. So it's like more northern Arizona. So to get there, takes about 4 hours to get there, this drive.
4 hours?
Yeah, it's about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hour drive. And you want to start early in the morning on your hike because it gets nice and hot because there's no shade except for when the sun is on the other sides of the canyon. So when it's just above you at like noon, it is super hot. So you want to try to get there early so that you're done early because it takes most of the day to hike it. 10 miles is a lot.
Okay.
So Sammy, that's a new one on your bucket list, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, the next one. Does anybody have any questions about that one before we go to the next one?
Yeah. What's that called?
It's Lake Havasupai.
Oh, Havasupai. Yeah.
Yeah, Havasupai Falls. Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. The next one, Priscilla's gonna talk to us a little bit about some zip lining stuff.
Ooh, zip lining.
Ooh, good.
Awesome. So this is another outdoor adventures. Has anybody here been ziplining?
Yes.
Nope.
You've been ziplining, Sammy?
Yes.
Did you have
Yes.
fun? Where did you go ziplining?
We go to Points West, Williamsfield.
Awesome. Who did you go with?
My mom and Trish Lee Smith and my Segway too.
Awesome.
Segway had the wheelchairs with him.
He had his wheelchair?
Yes, help him.
Oh, you helped him?
Yes.
Cool. Has anybody else been ziplining?
I want to.
I have.
I never have.
Remember where you were at?
I've done it once actually there.
Rango.
Oh, Durango.
Awesome. A lot of people have been ziplining. I've never been ziplining, but we're gonna go ahead and play this video and let's see this adventure.
So this is over Niagara Falls, guys.
Awesome. So it looks like there's 3 people here in this video.
Wow.
That looks better than a barrel.
Ooh.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Um, my mom and my friend and ride zip line before.
Was that a second time or the same time?
My mom.
Oh, she went. Did she go by herself?
No, her friend.
Oh, she went with her friend.
Yes.
And then she told you about it, and then you went ziplining?
Yes.
Awesome. So we're having.
I don't know what happened, guys. Hold on. It kicked me out of Zoom and then logged me back in. Let's try this one more time. All right, here we go.
So it looks like they're getting all their gear, getting ready to go here. They'll have their safety gear.
They have their nice big blue helmets, and they have their safety harness on. So it's going to go across your chest and then your abdomen area, and then underneath in between your legs to hold you up. And they're going to clip you guys onto the rope so you guys can actually go down and zip line. It's honestly an amazing experience. If you guys ever have the chance to go, I would. 10 out of 10 recommend. But what they have you do after they clip you on, they tug on all the little harnesses so it's nice and tight for you, so it's snug, like it's giving you a hug almost. And they're going to clip onto you. They're going to clip onto you 3 times, once on the top of your chest, once on the back, and then a little extra safety one and right behind you. So when you're going down, it's just kind of an extra precaution. Once they clip you onto the rope, they're going to have you pretend like you're sitting in a chair, just sitting down, and then they're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you would just go. I was hoping that would time it perfectly with the video.
And do you have to stay in that sitting position the whole time?
Yeah, so once you're like sitting down where your feet are kind of just hanging off.
Mm-hmm.
So like they'll have you walk to the edge, and then from there you're just kind of hanging. So like you're in a seated position all the way down, and then you're able to hold on with one hand, and then wave to all the people passing by on like the bridges and stuff, all the people ziplining with you. So like you can see here, she has like passing a lot of the greenery from Niagara Falls, and you can even see the falls itself. You zoom in, it's like when you're on the zip line, it sounds like zoom all the way down. You can feel the wind blowing through your hair just across your face. My brother was unlucky where he had a bug hit him, and he said it was not fun. I laughed because it's my little brother. But you just feel the wind blowing through your face. You can it's just coursing through you, and then once you get like to about this point right here, your line hits the brake to start slowing you down. So then you're safely stopping at the very end. So see how he kind of just stopped? Then one of the attendants will come over, unclip you, and clip you to that green thing on the wall, because that is the safety harness. It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah. After this, was anyone want to go ziplining?
Yes.
Yes. So what I'm hearing is that we're going, Sammy.
I would.
Oh, let's go. Nora, we're all going. Sarah, you gonna
Yeah, I'd
go?
like to go.
Tim, Sarah, you guys are coming. We can go ziplining. Maybe they have it at the Grand Canyon. I don't actually know. I've never been.
Yeah, let's go over the Grand Canyon.
That would be so cool.
Oh, that'd be cool. Do it over a canyon.
I'm gonna put a patent on that. So, does anyone have any other questions about ziplining?
Yes.
What's up, Sammy?
Mom and me, I love zipline, and Dad never been zipline before.
Dad's gotta go next time.
My dad said next time.
Next time, well, he
That's
just
fine.
said that he has a lot more free time, so he can come on all these adventures.
Yes.
We were here for that. Don't let him
Yeah.
forget.
I never forget.
Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna do one more. This is whitewater rafting. Does anyone know anything about whitewater rafting, or has anyone ever been?
Yes.
Sammy? And Tim, tell us a little about it. What was your experience like?
First time I went, it was in 1994. It was like my first trip down to San Juan. It was like really cool. I mean,
Ooh, yeah, I
went
want to
through all
go.
the rapids. Yeah. And then I think, I forget, then I went on the Colorado River and then the Grand Canyon.
Was it scary, Tim? Because looking at this picture, it looks pretty scary. Like, look at that.
That's not the place we went though. So we didn't go down a big, weird slit like that. So that looks like,
It's so fun.
I don't know where that is. That would be fun though. Like a roller coaster.
The closest thing I've been to
Like
whitewater rafting is
that looks
the
like Disneyland right there.
Closest I've been to whitewater rafting is when you go float the river, and then you get those little tiny like white rapids on your tube. That's about the closest I've ever been to whitewater rafting.
Me too.
Me too.
I think when I first went, like in the 90s, the water was a lot higher, and now it's like not as, didn't feel as powerful. But I think my favorite trip was Cataract Canyon, because that we did the paddle trips. We don't just do the motor trips now. That one felt a lot longer.
Wow.
It was fun.
Dang, I don't want to go.
Paddle trip I did was 14 days.
14 days.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Sarah,
Alrighty.
have you ever been whitewater rafting before?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Have you ever been whitewater rafting before, Sarah?
No, I haven't, but I've been kayaking once. But just not whitewater rafting.
I think Jess froze.
Can you share with us your experience of the river and how the river feels? What the river feels like when you're going down it?
Yes.
Nora, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you, as someone that involves their feelings and a lot more than their sight and their hearing, can you tell us about what the river feels like?
It feels, well, part of it's nice and smooth. It's smooth and like part of it's calm and the other part is very bumpy and then beautiful and then big rapids, smaller and bigger rapids, and it feels cold. And but I enjoy it, and it feels like you're on a, when you're on a rafting trip, you just feel like you're going up and down. And that was so wonderful. And I had fun. We all got wet and things like that. It was fun. I saw some of it. I was able to hear the rapids. It was so much fun.
Were you ever nervous about the rapids?
Nope, nothing I know of.
That's awesome.
Fearless. Nora is fearless.
I am.
And adventurous too.
Ah.
Yep.
All right, guys, you ready to watch this video about the rapids?
Yes.
All right, let's see what we got. So these are rapids in New Zealand, guys.
New Zealand?
New Zealand.
Oh.
All right, here they go. They have their safety stuff on. You have to have your PFD. You have to have a helmet on. And you probably want to hold on to the ropes around you so you don't fall out of the boat or the raft.
That's right.
Oh, somebody fell out. And then once you get to the parts where it's not as moving quickly, then you can grab your oars and you can row a little bit. They've got a big, super big raft that they're on.
Cool.
And it's super full of air. That way it floats really, really well.
Yep.
Lots of white water. Lots and lots of super fast moving water. you're gonna get super wet when you go whitewater rafting, guys. Super wet. So don't
Yep.
put your hair up on ice because it's gonna get super wet.
Mm-hmm.
And then because your raft is so full of air, it might go under the water for a second when you go down a hill, but then it'll come right back up out of the water. So they've got those a lot where they go down and then it goes kind of under the water and it comes back up just like a boat. Oh, and sometimes you flip
Ooh,
it
I
too.
love it.
Sometimes that happens and you have to flip it back over like a team. And everybody's super, super happy. Everybody seems to be having a super good time. You
Has
can
anybody
also go
fallen
whitewater
out of
rafting
a
with
raft on here?
kayak.
I do.
I think I fell out for a second one.
You fell off for a second once?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Jenny pulled me back in.
I never fell
Sammy,
off.
last time you were on the river, wasn't it super, super bumpy?
I love it. It's a good time.
It was a good time. It was so bumpy like a roller coaster.
Yeah. Me and my mom went to Disney, and what's her name at Disney, Dad?
Roaring Rapids,
No, the Disney.
Disney,
Yeah.
Disneyland,
Yeah.
or Disney World.
Disney World.
Yeah.
Disney World and Splash Mountain.
And Splash Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Splash Mountain. Oh,
It's my
You kinda-
favorite.
Your river trips experience kind of set you up to be able to be fearless for Splash Mountain.
Yes, I am. Like my mom's side. And that too.
yeah. The closest thing I've gotten to like whitewater rafting is I've been tubing a couple times like on a lake. So we just pulled by a string in a little air tube all the way across the lake. And then one time we did a banana boat. It's like two little bananas, literally just inflatable bananas. You sit on them with you hold on, and then they just pull you, just going like 40 miles an hour, just zoom, zoom, making tight turns. People flying off. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like whitewater rafting, except on a banana
That's so cool.
in the ocean. It was a lot. It's definitely a different experience.
Remember on one of my trips in '94, like 2 river guides took a gigantic inflatable dolphin and went down to rapids in it. It was crazy. I have photos of it somewhere.
Okay. Tim, have you taken any photos while you were like, well, not while you were water rafting, but like?
Yeah, I've taken them while I'm on the raft. I'm holding onto the rope on one side and I'm taking pictures with the other hand. My camera's waterproof, so.
Dang.
Pretty
I
impressive.
like one
Tim.
of those.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of those Nikon Coolpix cameras.
That's cool.
I've wrecked a couple old Canon EOS film cameras. That's why I decided to get a water camera.
Comes in handy now. Now you can go on any
Yeah.
adventure. You're always ready.
I know I have a regular SLR, but I only use it around now.
Alrighty, guys. So those were all of our adventures today. I'm glad that I got to know more about you guys and your stories and like where you've been, how you did it, what you guys did. It was a lot of fun. So what did you guys think about today? Did you guys like it?
Yeah.
Love it.
Fun.
Good. That's the goal every time. What is something that you guys wanted to see for our last program next Monday, or our last show program?
I like movies and I like music.
Music? Okay, music and movies. All right.
And I love country.
Country?
Yes.
Ooh, country music is good.
I like
That's good, Sammy. I grew up in a tiny little town and it was a cowboy town, so I grew up listening to country music. So
I like Luke Bryan
Very nice.
Let somebody else talk.
and Justin Carney.
I'm more of a Sam Hunt kind of guy myself, but Luke Bryan is good.
Yeah.
He has some.
I like to see survival tips or any kind of survival tip. in
Yeah.
CPR.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I was gonna mention that one.
Because now we've shown you all the adventures. Now we got to show you how to survive the adventures, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And then Sarah, did you want to see anything like something, an idea of something you wanted to see? Sarah H.
Yeah. Just like what Nora was saying, I kind of would like to see that too.
All right. Some more survival tips kind of stuff. You got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then whoa, Tim.
You guys are doing a pretty good job. I'll let you guys figure it out.
It means a lot. Really trying our best.
Gonna make Adrian cry, Tim.
Tears of joy. Tears of happiness.
How about you, Matthew? What would you like to see?
I like something like a hang out on the bed, have a good time. Like something like I really good at drawing.
Drawing? Okay. Yeah.
Adventures out there. Hiking the mountains and climbing rocks. I do like watch TV every time. And more ventures to go to, like more like we go out of water sometime.
Okay. Yeah. I think we can work with that.
Maybe we could all
Awesome.
put on masks and go ziplining next week.
Let's go.
I have.
Done.
I've been in a zip line.
Ooh. You been ziplining?
Yeah, zip line. It's fun.
It's fun. Awesome.
Yeah, pose. Yeah, pose a zip
You're
line.
like Superman. Pose like Superman.
Yes.
So much fun.
Well,
Alrighty,
thank you everyone for giving suggestions. I'm going to allow the show team to kind of take it on back and plan some awesome last final show program for us for next week. But we are at our end of our time today. And just remember, you can watch this again and it's recorded and it's going to be on our YouTube, Our Everest. And we will see you guys in just 1 week for our last show program. So thank you guys so
Okay.
much for joining us and we will see you then.
Okay.
Bye, Nora.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Later.
See you.